according to the National Electrical Code Section 230.70. A1. A service disconnect is required where the distance between the meter and the main service panel is greater than 6 feet. Considering several factors is important when determining whether a service disconnect is required. Firstly, code requirement set out by the NEC provides clear guidelines for the need for service disconnects. Secondly, safety is paramount as a service disconnect provides a safe and accessible way to de-energize the entire electrical system for service maintenance or emergencies. Thirdly, convenience is enhanced as a service disconnect allows for easy and convenient shut-off of power for the entire home. Fourthly, accessibility is key. The service disconnect switch should be readily accessible for quick and easy operation. If the distance between the meter and the main panel exceeds 6 feet, installing a service disconnect switch is recommended for safety, code compliance, and convenience. The disconnect switch should be installed in the exterior of the house adjacent to or close to the meter, and should be connected to the rigid conduit that runs to the main panel. Consider these points when evaluating the electrical setup. Firstly, identifying the location of the meter and main service panel. This helps in determining the distance between the 2 points. Secondly, measuring the distance accurately. Use a measuring tape to determine the exact distance between the meter and the main service panel. Thirdly, consulting the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 230.70. A1. This section stipulates that a service disconnect is required if the distance exceeds 6 feet. Fourthly, assessing accessibility. Ensure the service disconnect switch is readily accessible for quick and easy operation in case of emergencies or maintenance. Fifthly, prioritizing safety. A service disconnect provides a safe way to de-energize the electrical system for service, maintenance, or emergencies. Sixthly, ensuring compliance with local codes and regulations. Local electrical codes may have additional requirements beyond the NEC, so it's essential to comply with them. Seventhly, considering convenience. A service disconnect allows for easy and convenient shut-off of power for the entire home. Eighthly, determining the type of wiring and conduit used. The type of wiring and conduit can affect the overall safety and code compliance of the electrical installation. Ninthly, consulting with a qualified electrician. If unsure about any aspect of the electrical installation, consult a qualified electrician for guidance and assistance. Tenthly, documenting all work performed. Keep records of all electrical work performed, including measurements, materials used, and inspections completed. Always adhere to the NEC and local codes when working with electrical systems. The NEC serves as a comprehensive guideline for safe electrical practices and installations. Familiarizing oneself with relevant sections of the NEC, such as those pertaining to service disconnects, ensures compliance and minimizes the risk of electrical hazards. Regular inspections and maintenance of electrical systems are essential to ensure their continued safety and reliability. Inspections can identify potential issues before they become major problems, while maintenance can prolong the lifespan of electrical equipment and prevent costly repairs. In the event of an electrical emergency, such as a fire or shock hazard, it's crucial to act quickly and decisively. Firstly, immediately disconnect the power supply to the affected area. Secondly, evacuate the premises if necessary. Thirdly, contact emergency services, such as the fire department or ambulance, as soon as possible. Fourthly, do not attempt to extinguish an electrical fire with water, as this can increase the risk of electric shock. Instead, use a fire extinguisher rated for electrical fires. Fifthly, seek medical attention if you or someone else has been injured by electricity. Electrical injuries can range from minor burns to cardiac arrest, so it's important to seek prompt medical care. Preventing electrical hazards is key to ensuring the safety of occupants and property. Firstly, install ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor outlets. GFCIs can detect ground faults and quickly shut off power to prevent electric shock. Secondly, use surge protectors to protect electronic devices from power surges caused by lightning or other electrical disturbances. Thirdly, Regularly inspect electrical cords and appliances for damage and replace them if necessary. Fourthly, avoid overloading electrical circuits, as this can cause overheating and potentially lead to a fire. Fifthly, never tamper with electrical wiring or equipment unless you are a qualified electrician. Electrical work should only be performed by trained professionals who have the knowledge and expertise to do the job safely. Staying informed about electrical safety practices is essential for everyone. Firstly, educate yourself and others about the dangers of electricity and how to prevent electrical hazards. Secondly, attend safety training courses or workshops to learn about safe electrical practices. Thirdly, follow industry best practices and guidelines for electrical safety. Fourthly, share your knowledge with others to help promote electrical safety in your community. Fifthly, stay up to date on the latest electrical codes and regulations to ensure compliance and safety. When planning an electrical installation, there are several factors to consider. Firstly, determine the electrical load requirements of the building or area. This includes calculating the total amperage required for all appliances, lighting, and equipment. Secondly, select the appropriate size and type of service entrance equipment to handle the electrical load. This includes the service panel, meter, and disconnect switch. Thirdly, plan the layout of the electrical wiring and outlets to ensure that they are conveniently located and accessible. Fourthly, choose the correct type and size of wiring for each circuit based on the amperage requirements and distance. Fifthly, install grounding electrodes and bonding conductors to provide a safe path for fault currents. Sixthly, install overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, to protect against overloads and short circuits. Seventhly, label all circuits and components clearly for easy identification and maintenance. Eighthly, inspect the electrical installation thoroughly to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and standards. Ninthly, test the electrical system to verify that it is functioning properly and safely. Tenthly, document all aspects of the electrical installation for future reference. Electrical systems play a critical role in modern society, providing power for homes, businesses, and industries. Understanding the principles of electricity and electrical safety is essential for anyone who works with or around electrical equipment. By following safe practices and adhering to electrical codes and regulations, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safety of yourself and others. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that should be treated with respect and caution.